Welcome to Advanced Pattern Matching and Control Flow in Rust. Now, Rust offers powerful pattern matching capabilities that go beyond basic match-up expressions, allowing for complex control flows that are both expressive and safe. Now, this video explores advanced aspects of pattern matching, including nested patterns, pattern guards, and the if-let and while-let constructs, illustrating their use with detailed examples. Now, let's go over the first one, which is the nested patterns. Now, nested patterns allow you to match against complex data structures in a concise way. Let's look at matching of nested enums. So, for example, if I have a enum, let's say message, which has, as you know, we can have multiple types. I'm going to say quit. Next is move. I think this is one of the examples that we have seen before, where I'm going to use x of i32, y of i32 type. I'm going to also have a function here which is write, which takes string as input, have one more which is change color, and this are i32, i32, i32. So these are three parameters here. So this is my enum. Now let's say if I say message equal to new message and call change color 0, 160, 255, as long as it's under 255. Next, I'm going to say match message, and inside here, I can say message change color R, G, and B. For that, let's say println change the color to, let's say red is this, green is this, and blue is this, and inside here I can give those values R, G, and B. Okay. Oop, wrong things. I'm deleting. Okay, and then for no options, I can say nothing. So this is how you can have like matching of nested enums inside here. Now let's look at pattern guards. Now pattern guards add an extra condition to your pattern, allowing for more precise control over the match arm that is selected. So for let's look at an example. I'm going to say let num equal to sum of value 4. Now I can say match num. In this case, I'll say if sum is x. Now I'm doing more of a pattern guards here. If x is less than 5, then I can say println less than 5. What is the value of it? If I want to print it out, I can just do this and say x is the value. Close it. Next is I can have another one, sum of x. So this will be called if it's anything more than 5. Println, and inside that I'll give the value of x. And if it doesn't exist, also catch that, none, nothing happens over there. So also we can look at if-let and while-let constructions. Now you probably have heard about if-let in some other programming languages, but let's look at both of these. Now these constructs provide a more concise way to handle patterns that match only one case, making the code easier to read and write. So let's look at the if-let example. Now let's say if I have some u8 value, which is sum, and 0 u8, that's how you specify. Now I can say if let sum 0 is equal to sum u8 value, println 0. So there you go. That's how you can use a if let. Now if you want to use a while let, I can say let's create a mutable stack, which we can go over, equal to vector new, and inside this I am going to push values, get rid of this so we have enough space here, push 1, 2 and 3, so send 3. Now using the while let loop I can say sum set top value equal to stack dot pop, so I'm stacking values from that, println get the value here top. So this is how you can use while let implementation. Next we can look at matching with the bindings. The operator allows you to bind a value to a name within a pattern, enabling you to test a value and save it in a variable simultaneously. Let's look at an example. I'm going to get rid of this. Enum message, let's say hello, have a value of type ID I32 inside that, and let's create a message which is of the type message and the type hello with a value. I'll have to give a value to ID. Let's give 5. And next let's try to do the match with the binding in here. So what I'm going to do is say message hello, ID is ID underscore, let's say variable at the rate 3 to 7, which means from 3 to 7. Then what do I want to do with this? I want to say println found an ID in range ID underscore variable. So it kind of does that binding for this where you can check in a particular range. Similarly, or another thing that I can do is I can say, what if it doesn't match, right? So I can say hello, and just use the same, let's use the same one. So inside this ID, but this time I'm going from 10 to let's say 12, found an ID in another range. Give it the value here. I can pass the value, but it's fine. And another option is copy this inside this. So the rest of the things which doesn't go in these range, I need to print that found, I'll say some other ID, and print. I can print that out if I want. But this is how you can use the bindings for finding, in this case, more on the range side. Let's look at next advanced control flow. Now Rust control flow mechanisms, when combined with its pattern matching features, allows for writing code that is both efficient and easy to understand. The compiler checks ensure that all possible cases are handled or explicitly ignored, which helps prevent bugs related to unhandled cases. So that's how the advanced control flow works. Now, in this video of advanced pattern matching and control flow in Rust, provide a robust toolkit for dealing with complex data structures and control flow scenarios elegantly. Now, by utilizing nested patterns, pattern guards, if let, while let constructs, and at the rate binding, developers can write concise, readable, and safe code that is also efficient. Now, these features are integral to Rust design philosophy. It also underscores its commitment to safety and performance without sacrificing expressiveness. So I hope it helped you understand advanced pattern matching and control flow. If you have any questions, do leave me in comments and I'll get back to you.